This Holly back. I had to think about that for a minute. My name is Holly Baglio. That's what my ID says. I'm sticking with it. And I am your hostess with the mostest, with a whole whopping 169 parts in me. And I'm broadcasting to you live from Holly Mobile Television Studios, right here in my beautiful garden home state of Nazi, New Jersey. So I wanted to say good morning to everyone. I'm only going to do a few minute show because I don't want to bump up next to Coach Dave's. But since I've been awake since 4 a.m. Anyway, so how did you guys sleep last night? I've been praying for you. There's been a lot of people that I've been praying for and with. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use names, but my girlfriend, my sister in Christ, her husband's in the hospital, so I pray for her, her husband, and her child. There's a few of you that I've been praying for, and I've kept you in my prayers. And not to put Heavenly Abba on the spot or anything, but I keep telling Heavenly Abba, I'm like, I know you can cure and heal people. If there's anybody that can cure and heal somebody, I know it's you, Heavenly Abba. You can do it. I pray it's in your will to be done, and I pray the other person is receptive to you in Yeshua's name. Because sometimes, Heavenly Abba won't answer a prayer because maybe the other person isn't receptive or isn't at the right place to be able to have that prayer answered for them. For instance, when, like, I pray for my mom's salvation, right? It might not be in his will that she's saved. It might be her own personal decision she's not saved. There could be a number of reasons for it happening. Satan's got his claws in my mom too deep. Then she won't turn to Yeshua, my golden bow. Whatever it may be. But, the past couple of days I've been getting right with Heavenly Abba, and I've been honest with him. And I've said, Heavenly Abba, people, they have their ways about them, and for the most part I agree with other people and their ways, but I want to listen to you, Heavenly Abba. And I believe you give me these dreams and visions. But Heavenly Abba, I want to talk about the cross on my forehead. Now, we've had this discussion before, but I want to bring it up again. Heavenly Abba, I was told by other people that cross on my forehead is Ezekiel 9 seal. So I went with it. Because I didn't want to sound prideful or boastful or anything like that. Terrence, how are you? I didn't want to be prideful or boastful, but I went back to Heavenly Abba, and I said, Heavenly Abba, you know what? Back May 17, 2014 was when I gave my covenant to him. I repented, and I told him I wanted to serve him. So I guess God's got covenants with us. I don't know. I'm still learning about them. But I gave my covenant to him. So when Abba gave me that picture, Abba drew my eyes to two certain places. And I'm going to be honest, and I hope this doesn't come out the wrong way, but Heavenly Abba drew my eyes to the Lady and the Dragon, which happened September 23rd, 2017. In Revelation, the Lady and the Dragon. In that, we can find the second Exodus. Okay, so it's also Jeremiah. You should read the whole book of Jeremiah, but if you want to find specifically the second Exodus, start at Jeremiah 28 and read through Jeremiah 34, because Jeremiah is a fat cannon. Jeremiah is going to keep me busy. He's going to keep pulling me out of MK Ultra fog, because I picked Jeremiah to help me with this theta programming to crush it and break it. Just like I picked Moses, Thoth Moses, to help me break the IBIS programming. It's all about getting a character in the Bible and relating to it and sticking with that character. Anyway, so Abba kept drawing my eyes to the lady and the dragon. Read the whole entire thing, because whether it's an eagle, a whirlwind, or whether he puts us in a bubble and we just literally walk right through it, my understanding, Heavenly Abba, my understanding is that I walk through and through tribulation. You protect me, Abba. So guys, that's what I talk about with Abba. And the other thing he drew my eyes to when he gave me that cross on my forehead was this. This is where people laugh at me and put me down, but I'm going to be honest with you. When Heavenly Abba gave me that cross upon my forehead, he drew my eyes to verses. Revelation chapter 7, verse 3. Revelation chapter 9, verse 4. And Heavenly Abba told me, Holly, that's what that cross on my forehead means, is Revelation 7:3 and Revelation 9:4. So do I listen to people that tell me it's Ezekiel's seal, or do I listen to Heavenly Abba?
How you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. Can I please have 15 of 89?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
God bless him. I pray for him and his family and his fur babies. I pray Yud-Hey Vav-Hey reveals himself to that gas attendant. And I pray that gas attendant has a blessed day, because he was just so nice to me. And yes, hi, how are you? Have a nice day. Something that small goes a real long way. You know, look at those rotten mutts that live under the same roof as me. You even wave and they turn the other way. They put their back to you. I don't like that. We all live on this earth together, guys. If we can't coexist, then we should just stay separated. But we're still on this earth together. So anyway, let's get back to what I talk about with Heavenly Abba.
Would you like to receive, ma'am?
No, not at all. Have a blessed day, sir. He's always so nice. Hey, Terrence, it's good to see you. Bonnie, I love you. Okay, now, Bonnie, sweetie pie, I know that my posts get confusing. IBIS programming used to beat us little kids into believing that we were literal angels in human bodies. That's MK Ultra programming. If you hear anybody saying, and no offense, I love Jonathan Kleck, I do. He helped me deal with the Mandela effect. But Jonathan Kleck has got to have been exposed to MK Ultra somewhere along the line, because in his ministry a couple of times he said we're angels in human bodies. No, we're not. Now, I remember the time from before all of us were born here on earth. Okay, so Bonnie, Terrence, me, guys, the reason why you have this little thing here is supposedly Gabrielle the angel went shh to you when you were born, so you didn't remember the time from before you were born here on earth. Because if you did, then that would kind of probably take away your free will. Because if everybody knew where they came from, everybody would just choose to automatically go back there. There's some people here on earth that I remember from being up there with Heavenly Abba before we were born here on earth. I remember when Lucy broke out the rebellion in heaven. I remember when Yeshua had to leave heaven to come here to be born, to die for our sins. So all of us are spirit beings. How do I explain it? So we're not angels. We're not created spiritual beings like, you know, you have the cherubs, the cherubim, the seraphim. So we're not created spiritual beings like they are, but we are spirit beings, so to speak, and Heavenly Abba put us in a human body, flesh suit. So we're not angels. We're not created spiritual beings. We are a spiritual being in a human flesh suit, created in the image of our one true living infinite God, the Alpha and the Omega. Yud Hey Vav Hey, behold the hand, behold the nail. So, listen. Like, listen. Okay. There's things that are going to come up on this earth. I was just talking about this. Someone sent me an email, and he is so right. I think it was Tommy. He's so right. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. It could have been Mike. I get people mixed up. Forgive me. Now, listen. In tribulation, things are going to come up on this earth, and we are going to see Nephilim in human bodies. You've heard of Enlil and Enel, or you've heard of these beings like Enlil, Elil. They come in human form and they look just like you and me. The only way you're going to be able to tell the difference is their eyes. They're going to have 5 fingers, 5 toes. They're going to be our height. They're going to look just like us. Apparently, clones twitch. I don't know. But clones don't have a soul. It's basically a computer chip and a flesh suit. They don't have a soul. I have seen little gray aliens in a human body form. They can project a human body form, but it's a little gray alien. But what's about to now, I look at tribulation as being a 7-year period. I know people say 3.5 years. I think they're just looking at the worst part of the tribulation. But I look at it as being 7 years in total. But during that time, these things, these Nephilim, the Nephilim, they look just like us now. Just like us. Again, the only way you're going to be able to tell is in their eyes. Becca, how are you? I can't read what you're saying. I'm sorry, honey. Hang on. I love my town, so I do the speed limit through my town. Plus, I love my neighbors, so I slow down. It's going to piss everybody off. That's the morning traffic behind me because I'm doing the speed limit, but I love my town. And I love the police here. And I love all of my neighbors except for those that are harassing me. I pray for their salvation. Anyway, so what were we talking about? So yeah, those things are gonna look just like us. What time is it? I think I got about 10 more minutes and then I'll shut this down because I think Coach Dave will be going live. And again, I don't want to butt up next to Coach Dave. I love Coach. The lash out that I handed or 2 times. That's par for the course when it comes to me deprogramming of my soul to bring them back. But I still feel, and when I did that in the dumps, real or Yeshua in the dumps. Once those right back at you, because the reptilian, once I said, well, I stand on God's promises. I said God, not even Jesus. I said the Holy Bible in my head when I said it. A hybrid reptilian busted down the door and beat the ever-living daylights out of me. Talking about God from the Holy Bible, and I still got it. I vomited this morning. My stomach's kind of upset, so excuse my cigarette. I was smoking anyway, though. But getting back to what I first said at the on your you're not a seal. No, don't listen to Abba telling you it's Revelation 7:3 and Revelation 9:4. Don't listen to that. It's really Ezekiel 9 seal. And it's like, no, but Abba, no. I'm tired of listening. People look at my dream book. And when I showed them when the seventh trumpet is sounded, the seventh trumpet, they said, oh no, Holly, that's the rapture. What do you mean it's the seventh trumpet? Yeah. Abba showed me the two resurrections. The second one happening at the end of his 1,000 years of reign on this earth. And I try to explain, and scholars and theologians and all these people go, oh no, Holly, that's not what God means. It's really this over here. It's really this over here. To you guys out in the public, and to you ministries, and to you churches, and to you theologians and scholars. Satan's trying to shut me down. Why Satan's trying to shut me down? More vision. Draw it, write it down. Share it with everybody. Share it with everybody what Abba shows you. Do not let anybody bully you. I don't care how much older they are. I don't care if they're older than you. I don't care if they've had 3,000 years studying the Bible and they've got a long list of degrees and a long list of credits and all that stuff. I don't care. I don't want you guys to be bullied. You guys in my chat room, Heavenly Abba talks to you guys all the time. He does. He shows me and I can see it. And when he reveals himself to you, write it down, draw it, and share it. Don't let these people turn around and tell you what he means or what he said. No. See, this is why Heavenly Abba told you and not them. Because you'll carry his message for exactly the way he gave it to you for you to carry it. These other people want to sit there, argue, debate, and tell God he's wrong and they're right. So they're not listening to begin with. And you can tell just by the way they treat you. That's why God didn't give them the message and God gave it to you. When somebody comes to me and says, Holly, I had a dream about you, and this is what I think it means, and this is how I'm feeling about it, I accept everything that they say, and I bring it before God, and I say, God, is there something that else I should know? I never turn around to that person and go, oh no, that's not what your dream meant. Oh no, that's not how you're feeling. Oh no, that's not what God meant. I remember this one time in Maryland, this lady driving me nuts. Holly, you were in my dream and God showed me that you're shattered and you're shaking. And don't you remember that time you had said, am I always going to be this shattered? Well, God gave me a dream and he reminded me of that. And you're really shattered, so you really need to listen to me. You're an idiot, okay? The reason why God gave you a dream about me showing you that I'm shattered, it's because you and yours are forcing me to go to Pastor Doug Riggs and I don't fucking want to. But you're not listening to me. You're not listening to the SIIU team either. That's why now God has to intervene to give you a dream to show you I'm shattered because you're shattering me. He didn't give me the dream to tell me I'm shattered. He gave it to you. These people, man, I would show them my dream book and they would turn around and tell me what the dream meant. This is why God doesn't give you dreams, because you're going to turn around and tell him what he meant by it. Just like you turn around and you rip apart the seventh trumpet and two resurrections, turning it into a rapture. You're not listening to him to begin with, so there you have it. I see this running rampant through the Christian community. And I'm sick and tired of it. So, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you go because I think Coach Dave is going to come on soon. I've been kind of rolling for 26 minutes now, and I think I made my point. I think I made my point about things. And now that I have confidence and esteem, I want to build your guys' confidence and self-esteem up. I want to help you guys feel empowered. Every time I have had confidence or felt empowered, some pussyfoot, powder puff Christian waving a sugar coating wand comes along. Oh, you've got confidence? You got an ego, Holly. Your head's too big. You better stop it. Oh, so you want me going back to saying, I'm sorry. But the second I stop and I have confidence and self-esteem, you knock me down and tell me it's wrong and want me to go back to apologizing to you 24/7. But I finally stand up and I'm finally empowered. Oh, no, Holly. So, guys, the reason why I tell you the stories of my life is so you can relate, and so that when you have to deal with people, you know that you're not alone. And maybe I can give you some ideas of how to better deal with the situation than I did when I had to go through it. But don't let these powder puff Christians push you around. Don't do it. Almost all of them are already deceived anyway on false doctrine. They're already deceived. Only the elect is not deceived. It's not possible to deceive the elect, and that's because Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh is working through the elect, and he never makes a mistake, which means they won't make a mistake because he's perfect, and he's covering them in the blood of the Lamb, and he's working through them. Look at the prophets in the Bible. Did any of them only get 80% of their prophecies correct? No, they got 100% correct. It's because Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh was working through them. They got 100% of the prophecies correct. The people coming out now, self-appointed, self-elected prophets, psychics, and, oh, I'm a prophetess, I'm a prophet, I'm a prophetess, I'm a prophet. No, they're not. No, they're not. Abba didn't hand select them. Abba didn't hand pick them, because had he, they would have gotten 100% of their prophecies and predictions correct. The reason why they didn't get it correct is because he's not working through them. Sorry, I'm not into Kim Clement. Heavenly Abba never led me to him. Heavenly Abba did lead me to Jeremiah in my Holy Bible when I asked Heavenly Abba for a prophet. When I ask Heavenly Abba for a prophet or a prophetess, Heavenly Abba always brings me back to the prophets of the Holy Bible, because he selected them. They're 100% correct because of it. I don't need any further prophets. That's why you don't see me running to and fro on YouTube. Oh, Holly, look, there's somebody talking about a rapture. I'm so glad you're prophesying about a rapture. It's not even in the Holy Bible, which brings me to my next question. What God are you serving? Are you serving a familiar spirit thinking it's Jesus? Are you serving a religious spirit thinking that that's the right way to be a Christian? What are you serving? Who are you serving? So, no, I don't go for these guys. Anybody prophesying about a rapture, which is not in the Holy Bible, that right there is a false prophet, a false teacher. I know you guys don't want to hear it, but there's a reason why I keep saying it. There's a reason why I keep telling you that when you are called out of the church, you drop man's traditions and you drop false doctrine. If you don't, then you haven't been called out of the church. You're still very much in it. Heavenly Abba has called his elect out. We have left, we've dropped man's traditions, and we've dropped false doctrine, and we've gotten right back to the heart of the Bible. The Bible is what it says, black and white. And I'm going to remind you guys at this time, there is a woe to you for adding, changing, and deleting the words in the Bible. And when you talk about this rapture, you are adding words to the Bible. God never talked about a rapture. He talked about a seventh trumpet, 2 resurrections, and a second exodus. You guys better be very careful. But that also brings me to my last conclusion before I end this. No wonder why there's only 144,000 seals. Nobody else is listening to him, guys. Nobody's listening to him. Nobody's getting to know him for who and what he is. The Bible is written black and white. And that's still not good enough for people. So look at those statistics and think really hard. Think really hard. Why is there only 144,000? It's because powder puff Christians, delusional believers, they're done up on false doctrine and man's traditions, and they have no intention of breaking it. But Holly, God knows on Christmas my heart, and he knows I'm celebrating his birthday. He knows my heart. No, you're using an excuse to stay in your comfortable, cushy little bubble. My birthday's September 12th. You celebrate my birthday December 25th, and we ain't friends. That's Krampus's birthday, and it doesn't matter what's in your heart. You're not serving him by clutching on to your traditions. So you might like the winter season or the Christmas season, however you say it. That's good. But that's still not his birthday. That's Krampus's birthday. If you're really called out of the church, you're really going to live it. And so far, I can see why there's only 144,000. I really can. I really can. That's how bad this world is. Just think, when Yeshua returns, it's going to be like the days of Noah. Who was saved? Noah, his wife, Noah's 3 sons, and their 3 wives. That's extinction levels. Look at 144,000. Still, extinction levels. Nobody's getting out of here in a rapture. Knock it off with the false doctrine. I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll be back running videos later. But I got to still take care of some things on my home front. As you can see, I have my household chore working hat on. So, I love you guys. I'll see you later.